Hello friends, welcome to this middle splits stretch class. This is a short and sweet class so you can revisit it daily because we gotta be consistent in order to get our splits. I'm Kate, I'm your teacher today. There are tons more splits classes and flexibility classes on my channel, so make sure to subscribe. And let's get started. Let's get started warming up the hips and strengthening them a bit with goddess squats. So come into a wide-legged stance, toes out, heels in, and keep your hands on the floor the entire time. What we're gonna do is squat down, wide-legged squat, and knees are wide. And then come up, raise the hips, dip the chest forward. So that's 1. We will do 10. So squat down, open knees, nice and strong, pelvic floor is on, then straighten the legs, reach the chest down. Squat down, and up for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, and 10. Go ahead and turn towards the top of your mat. Your right foot is in front. The back knee comes down, low lunge. So bring your tailbone straight to the ground so you're tucking your hips. And then with your hands on your booty, like they're in your back pocket, push your hips forward. You're going to bring all of your attention to the left side of your hip, a big psoas stretch here. We'll hold these postures for about 30 seconds each. Just remember to breathe deeply through them. I like to rock a little bit deeper, but remember to keep your pelvis tucked so that it's really stretching through your psoas. That's going to help us get into a deeper stretch. Remember to keep a really calm mind here and a calm face. A calm mind is harder to do, but I feel like if I keep a calm face and long breaths, it'll create a calmer mind, and that will allow the body to open easier. A few more breaths here. Nice. Straighten through the front leg. Send the hips back in space, half splits. Bring your foot, the toes of your front feet back towards your face in dorsiflexion. That's going to draw the stretch down your hamstring, down your calf, and the bottom of the foot. And we'll pulse here. Just going a little bit deeper, little micro movements. Pulsing a little deeper into our half splits. Nice. Try to square off your hips so both hips are pointed towards the top edge of the mat. Often we want to open them up, but make sure you close them to get into the hamstring. Beautiful. Few more breaths. And take your left foot, pivot it off the mat, and we'll turn our chest towards the long edge of the mat. So we're in this gate pose here. I like my back foot to be on the mat, so I'm going to shift everything forward. Bend through your right leg, and we're going to take side lunges here. So lean to the side until we have almost a straight line in between both knees. And then push up. We'll do 10 of these. So lower, up for 1, lower, up for 2, lower, 3, 4, go a little deeper this time. Nice. 5, 6. We're going to hold it this time a little bit. For 3, 2, 1. Come up. That's 7. Hold it. For 3, 2, 1. That's 8. Hold it. For 3, 2, 1. That's 9. Last time we're going to hold it. Just in a static pose, pressing into both feet. Our core is on, our hips are pointing towards the long edge of the mat. For 3, 2, 1. Come up. We'll come switch it out. Your left leg in front. Right knee back behind us on the mat. Bring your hands on your booty like they're in your back pocket. Tuck your tailbone straight down, so we're having a posterior pelvic tilt, rounding it. And then drive your hips forward. Feel that deep, deep stretch in your front right hip. Beautiful. Start to pulse here. Going a little bit deeper. At the same time, keeping that posterior pelvic tilt so your tailbone is reaching towards the ground. That's what's really going to create the intensity of this posture. Beautiful. Start to straighten through the front leg. The toes flex back at your face, half splits. With a really long spine, fold forward. We don't want to round because that takes it into our back. We really want a long spine and to shine our chest forward because that's what strengthens and lengthens the hamstring. We'll take pulses here. Beautiful. One more breath. Nice. And then we'll come into our gate pose, and I'm going to switch so that you can see it better. So what you're going to do is you're going to move your right leg off to the side of the mat, turn towards the long edge of the mat, and plant the full of the left foot on the ground. Bring it about to a 90 degree, a little bit further than that. And then we'll take our side lunges. So lean to the side, one long line between each of the knees, squaring off the hips towards the long side of the mat. And then come up. We'll do 10 of these. Lower, up, lower, up for 3, lower, up for 4, lower, up for 5, a little bit deeper now, lower, 6, lower, hold for 3, 2, 1, up, lower, hold for 3, 2, 1, up. That's 8, lower, hold for 3, 2, 1. That's 9, lower and hold. This is the last one. Just hold it nice and strong. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's come out of that. I'm going to shift everything back on my mat. And I'm going to sink my booty back down on my heel and open up my knee to the right side of the room. So we're in this half splits with our left leg out long and our right leg tucked in. You can come down to your hands or your forearms, and we'll just gently rock forward and back, forward and back. Beautiful. We'll tuck our right toes by coming out of it a little bit and move all the way on to the other side. So our left knee is out wide, right leg is straight, and then come on to your hands or your forearms. Take those same pulses forward and back, forward and back. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. Come on out of that. For this next pose, you might need a little bit more space by doubling up on a mat, having 2 mats, coming to an area rug where you have a little bit more space because the knees are going to be quite wide, or you can even use something like a towel or a pillow. But this was right here, so I just moved over here. So we're going to keep our knees wide, come all the way down to our stomach, keep both heels together, and bring our heels in towards our body and also towards the ground. So we're pressing them up and down. Up towards your glutes and then down towards the ground. This is going to be a big internal thigh opener. This will be quite intense, but we're going to breathe through it for about 10 breaths. Beautiful. Start to come on up and move back onto our mat if we're not there. Come into a straddle position in the middle of your mat. And I like having this rug here because I'm very leggy, so it is softer on my heel. So come as wide as you can in straddle. And we're going to tilt our hips. So here we're sitting up long in our spine. Maybe you have your arms on the ground. And what we're going to do is basically like pop your hip bones up towards the sky, anterior pelvic tilt. It's going to push your chest forward, and then we're going to round back. So we're popping it forward, rounding, or arching forward and rounding back. Arching it forward with your hands on or off the mat, and back. Now make this a little bit bigger, a little bit more accentuated. Nice. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to hold it low this time. So draw it forward. Maybe your hands or elbows are on the mat. Maybe your full pancake. Doesn't matter where you are. Just relax into this posture. Nice. Come on up. Come up strong and long in your spine, and we're going to take roll ups. Those were kind of roll forwards. Now we're going to roll all the way up by placing down our hands and rolling up into our middle splits. So if you can't go down all the way, you'll be above the ground like me, and we'll be holding ourselves, and then we'll roll down. We'll take 5 of those. Roll up, roll down for 1. Roll up, roll down for 2. You want this to be about an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 of intensity. Roll up and down. That's 3. Roll up and down. That's 4. This time we're going to hold. Roll up, hold, and lower. Beautiful. We'll take 1 more forward fold in this straddle, finding lots of length and space for 3, for 2, for 1. Come up, bend the knees manually with your hands, help them out. We did a lot of deep stretching. We'll do a quick counter stretch by bringing the bottoms of the feet towards your mat, and we'll do windshield wipers to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. And you can always chill in this position with your feet as wide as your mat and then your knees together. That's just a really relaxing way to de-intensify the stretches that we just went through. But I hope you feel like you got deeper in your stretches, in your splits, and I invite you to come back to this class anytime on your splits journey, because as we know, the only way to win the splits is to be consistent. So I'll see you on your mat soon.